The good place to start is just talking about Nvidia, and I think your take on how, what you thought of the quarter, and how it came in relative to your expectations and them up.
Yeah, look, Tom, I think that it was probably the most anticipated earnings that we've seen, I don't know, in a decade or ever, right? And in terms of watch parties and everything else. For Nvidia, just take out the noise in terms of numbers and in terms of what happens. Blackwell delays put to rest. Think about all the agita over the last few months on that. And that's similar to what we're seeing in our checks throughout Asia. Demand, we believe demand's outstripping supply 12, 15 to 1. And nothing we saw from numbers or metrics makes me think that that's dissipating. Now look, in terms of like whisper numbers for the quarter, 33 billion, 33 and a half. They got 32 and a half, slightly below whisper. Stock gets hit. We look, 2 billion beats, we believe are probably likely here, right? But they're not. There's no reason that Jensen and the team are going to guide to anything near that, especially in a Blackwell type quarter. And I think you walk away, the demand thesis is accelerating. Yields are improving. And ultimately, I think it sets up for actually the next leg of the story. Now, look, I get where like sell-up happens, investors be like, oh, is this it? Is this over? It's second inning in a 9-inning game in terms of overall AI, because it goes back, and this is the most important. If there's anything anyone takes away from this call, it's for every dollar spent on an Nvidia chip, the multiplier for the rest of tech is $8 to $10.
This week, the stock market is buzzing with high anticipation as all eyes are on Nvidia, the world's leading chipmaker, and its upcoming third-quarter earnings report. In a market teeming with oscillations and surprises, Nvidia stands out as the star player, set to deliver insights that could ripple through the entire industry. With a reputation for pioneering the frontier of artificial intelligence infrastructure, Nvidia's projected revenue growth is catching everyone's attention. The intrigue is further spurred by its expected updates on the revolutionary Blackwell AI chip shipments. Enthusiasts and investors alike are eagerly waiting to see how these developments will shape Nvidia's standing among the titans like Apple, which it recently surpassed in market cap. As earnings day approaches, speculation is rife, but the full impact remains under wraps for now. Stay tuned as we delve into the heart of what makes this moment particularly electrifying for Nvidia and the stock market at large. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Investocracy.
One of the more interesting dichotomies within tech is the software versus chips debate. How do you want to be positioned? And the chips look like a mess right now. First of all, the ratio of Nvidia to SMH is at an all-time high. So as great as Nvidia continues to act, the rest of the group is fading hard. From election day through today, Nvidia is up 8%, the SMH is up only 2%, which sounds not so bad, only up 2%. But when you look at the fireworks that we've seen elsewhere, it's a big laggard group. Now you have an index that is 2% below its 50-day, only 2% above its 200-day. And within the SMH, when you look at the names, Judge, the median RSI for the group is 39. Nvidia is 54. The S&P is about 52. So the stocks are ice cold. Only 28% of SMH names are above their 50-day, and the rest are in like little mini bear markets. So that definitely makes an impact on psychology, people being a little bit choosier when they go into tech. And I think trying to be positioned in areas where tariffs aren't so much of a big threat, international trade in general is not so much of an issue. And that, I think, explains why we are where we are. Mm-hmm. And it's where people are putting money to work currently, anywhere but semis.
As Nvidia gears up to release its third-quarter earnings results, the financial world waits with bated breath. The significance of Nvidia's contribution to artificial intelligence can't be overstated, much like the unpredictable nature of stock market fluctuations. Set for a Thursday reveal, Nvidia's earnings are projected to further cement its dominance in the AI space. According to analysts, revenue is expected to grow a remarkable 84% year-over-year, reaching $33.28 billion. The net income forecast isn't too shabby either, with a projected leap to $17.45 billion, significantly up from last year's figures. These projections underscore Nvidia's aggressive push in technology, particularly within data center innovations, where its revenue in the prior quarter hit an all-time high of $26.3 billion, with expectations to climb further to $29.53 billion. The anticipation surrounding Nvidia's Blackwell chip is palpable, with every tweet and financial headline echoing speculation about its potential. Described as a game-changer by CEO Jensen Huang, the chips promise to unlock new horizons in computing power. However, potential supply constraints could introduce a dramatic plot twist. While the excitement around Blackwell is undeniable, a temporary shortage could send Nvidia's stock on a roller coaster ride. Despite these potential near-term bottlenecks, Nvidia remains optimistic, with plans to ship several billions in Blackwell revenue by the January quarter. This could make any supply delays well worth the wait for investors. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates. Now, back to the video.
Performance of the hyperscalers are uneven, is uneven, excuse me. They're obviously spending a lot of money with Nvidia. Shares are up 16% in the past 3 months. Amy, you own
Yes,
Nvidia.
I do.
Tell me your thoughts on this.
We've owned it forever, and I keep trimming it, and it's still the largest position in my portfolio. It just keeps working and keeps working. I'll probably trim it again. We have a big issue with gains in the stock. Our clients are very tax sensitive, and so that becomes a big issue. But look, I think this continues to work until they sort of eat through more and more of this backlog. I think that's at some point in 2025. Not exactly sure when it is. We'll talk a little bit about this new raise by Musk's AI company. But
yeah. So this is your largest position now.
It's my largest position
NVIDIA.
just because of movement, because it keeps working so well. But I've trimmed it multiple times this year.
Nvidia's stock has nearly tripled this year, reaching $141.98, which has put the company on an impressive pedestal. Wall Street is taking notice, with firms like Morgan Stanley raising their price targets from 150 to 160 and maintaining an overweight rating, an endorsement of Nvidia's strong market position. Comparatively, Nvidia's market cap has reached $3.483 trillion, surpassing even Apple's $3.4 trillion. But this market cap is more than just a number. It's a testament to how integral Nvidia has become, especially as a dominant player in the high-end chip market that powers the growth of artificial intelligence globally. The anticipation surrounding Nvidia's earnings is reminiscent of waiting for a punchline to a long-running joke. With the markets still reeling from a recent Fed-induced downturn, Nvidia's report could provide the shakeup the financial world needs. The company's meteoric rise, in contrast to current market metrics, paints a compelling picture of just how disruptive Nvidia's technological innovations could be. The narrative of growth isn't just about today's earnings, but also about the future trajectory Nvidia is on, particularly in the fields of generative AI and machine learning solutions, which analysts highlight as key drivers of growth in the years to come. As Nvidia stands on the brink of redefining industry standards, it embodies the heartbeat of modern technological advancement. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Josh, how are you thinking about Nvidia going into the report next, I think it's Wednesday?
5 straight quarters of triple-digit earnings growth is the reason why Amy and myself and many people have clients with really big embedded tax liabilities here. It's a really tough thing. We utilize custom indexing so that we can algorithmically tax loss harvest against some of that position. But to Amy's point, the stock just continues to strengthen. They gave guidance for this quarter they're about to report, Judge. They said $32.5 billion. So the prior consensus was $31.7 billion on data center revenue. From my perspective, if they can do the $32.5 billion plus on data center revenue and not disappoint on raised guidance that they themselves just gave the last time they reported, I think you're okay in the stock. But I want to remind people, this stock, even with good news, has had a history of really short really sharp drawdowns that can shake people. And as recently as this August, September, the stock was in a 24% correction, a bear market. It didn't last long. If you blinked, you missed it. But if you're in this name, just be aware of that potential. And it doesn't mean Nvidia is a good or a bad investment. It's just the nature of the stock. Not only does it infuriate people who missed it, it also doesn't make it easy always to stick with it because of that beta. And you've got to accept that if you're going to be part of this trade going into an earnings report.
Ben, if you needed another reminder of just how influential Nvidia is and how much it's going to remain so in the great AI build out, you look no further than David Faber's reporting of earlier today, when Musk's XAI is raising as much as $6 billion in new capital, post-money val of 50+ billion. What are they going to do with the money? Well, they're going to buy more H100s, 100,000 of them, by the way, for the new data center they have in Memphis.
In closing, Nvidia's impending earnings release isn't just another financial report. It's a potential game changer, a signal fire in the dense forest of market opportunities. For investors contemplating where to channel their efforts, Nvidia not only holds a torch today, but promises to illuminate new paths of innovation tomorrow. With exceptional data center growth and upcoming product offerings like the Blackwell AI chip, Nvidia's current state is robust, and its forecasts predict even brighter horizons. Furthermore, while supply constraints may introduce momentary fluctuations, the long-term vision remains hopeful and promising. The current bullish rise in Nvidia shares and the broadened corporate strategies make a compelling case for seeing beyond immediate numbers. As we approach earnings day, it's an opportune moment to consider the powerful undercurrents steering Nvidia towards potentially unmatched industry heights, perhaps nudging investors to give stock allocation a serious rethink. So, while the markets await Nvidia with anticipation, we invite you to muse on its trajectory. How do you view Nvidia's promising growth and the evolving financial landscape? Share your insights. Let's continue this engaging conversation on whether Nvidia is primed for investment glory. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.